Hey guys, it's Nancy. I'm just here today to talk about lack of motivation in my life because ever since I posted that video, I just lacked a lot of motivation to do anything. It's just hard with like my brother being gone and I can't find a boyfriend and just having no kids, no dogs, nothing, losing my own place and all that stuff. It's just taking a really bad toll on me, and it's like, and I have nothing really big that I need to do besides my exam for my commission job, but I'm just here to talk about like the lack of motivation I have in life right now. It's just so many simple things I need to do that I just don't feel like doing. Like, for one thing, the job I'm trying to get requires studying to be able to pass the exam, and I've not picked up the book once and opened it once to study it. Like, I just haven't felt like studying. I try to even, because I know like watching YouTube and stuff like that, that's kind of just distracting me. So sometimes I will unplug the TV to keep me from, sitting down watching TV. So I can do other things, but at the same time, it's really hard because I just don't have no motivation to do it with the TV. It's distracting me, or if it's unplugged. So it's not like, okay, the TV's unplugged, let's go study now. No, it's just not that simple for me mentally. I know I need to study. I'm gonna try my best to study because I take my test a week from today. So hopefully I can get some, at least a couple of days of studying in before taking the exam. But at the end of the day, though, it's just really hard caring really about studying. I know it's going to be a really great job for me, so I have to study at some point. I really need to pray about it, really. I need to pray about everything I'm talking about in this video, but I'll touch more on that at the end. That's one thing I'm struggling to do, is study. Another thing, which sounds simple, but as a African American woman, it's not always as simple as with other races. But washing my hair, I have not been taking care of my hair since my brother's funeral, really. So ever since the day of the funeral, I've not been taking care of my hair. I haven't been washing it properly. I haven't been moisturizing it. I haven't been combing it or brushing it really. And sometimes when I go to mess with my hair, I can feel strands coming out, because I'm not taking care of it. So I eventually need to start taking care of my hair, but I'm having a hard time doing that too. I either wake up on a day off and don't do anything value, or I just come home from work and I just don't feel like doing anything. I was gonna add in this video that I need to clean my room because it's really messy, but the only reason I ended up cleaning up my room was because I had my trash can filled up for a long time, quite a few days, like probably a week, and every time I go a long time to take my trash, gnats appear, little house gnats, not flies, not house flies, but just gnats, they appear. And that's why I'm like, okay, it's time to take out my trash. So that's the only reason I cleaned up my room and took out the trash. That's the only reason I did that, is because I didn't want a whole bunch of gnats in my room, So once I cleaned up, the gnats pretty much declined, so that's good. And another reason I clean is because I sleep on a queen size blow up mattress that I had for 4 years, and it's really good quality, but last night it finally gave out when it had a big hole in it, about the size of like a quarter, and I couldn't attach it. So I'm gonna try to buy a bed today. That's another reason I cleaned my room, is because I wanted to get rid of that mattress and create space for a new one. It's like really big inconveniences that caused me to clean my room, really. So I didn't clean it because I wanted to. I cleaned it because I had to. But if it wasn't for those two things, my room would still be junky now, because I just don't feel like cleaning it. But thankfully I got most of it done. That's another thing, I need to go out, and of course I need to go out and buy me a new blow mattress. I'm not really motivated to do that because like I said, it costs a lot of money. Not a whole lot of money, but like about $100. And that requires me getting ready and leaving the house, which I don't feel like doing. It actually requires me to go to a store where I'm gonna see parents and their babies and toddlers, and I just don't, or even just women and their boyfriends, and or just whole families in general. And I'm gonna make a video on how bad I own family, like my own family. But I'll make a video about that probably sometime later this week, but we'll see. I just haven't been motivated to do anything. Like even my pastimes, I have very little motivation to do my pastimes. Like YouTube's the only one I've been doing. Like watching YouTube is because just staring at the screen. But even then, I get kind of frustrated after a while when I can't find something I'm looking for, which is whatever the heck my brain wants to look for. Like playing with my stuffed animals, like my Sonic toys I showed in my previous videos. I love playing with those every day. I still play with them, but it's like a game I'm having the toys play that I haven't been keeping up with because I haven't felt like it. And then when I'm playing with the toys, it's like for a few minutes at a time, and then I get bored because I either don't feel like proceeding with the storyline, or I don't have any new storylines. And I try to play video games, but every time I turn on the Xbox, I just don't feel like playing anything. So I'm less motivated to play now because my brother's not here anymore. And even though I mostly play Xbox for myself, when my brother was alive, at least I knew he was alive, you know, and I could play myself comfortably, knowing that he could hop in any time. But he's not here anymore. I meant to write down a list of all the things I'm not motivated to do, but another thing I'm not motivated to do is spending time with Jesus. You know, I know as a Christian I need to be spending a lot of time with Jesus, reading my Bible, praying, and building my relationship with him, but I've been dealing with spiritual apathy, and it's just really hard to just do what I need to do spiritually. So it's not just like chores or pastimes or anything like that. It's also spiritually, I'm not spiritually motivated. And I know y'all saying, well, how did you go to church? The thing about that, it's going to sound petty what I'm going to say, but the reason I haven't been going to church is due to fear of like, okay, so there's one church in Mansfield I went to growing up, but the reason I haven't been going to is because a couple in there have a baby, and it's by a guy who didn't even like church growing up, but he's coming to church all the time now because he had a baby. And it's like, for his spirit, it's probably good for him to go to church, but unfortunately, I don't want to see the baby. So, I know that's probably I know it's a lame excuse not to go to church, to that church. But in the other church, I go to, that my coworker goes to, that's full of like babies and stuff, and most of the time all the babies aren't even in the nursery because the church is so big that some people just decide to keep their babies in the church. And I'm like, it's hard. It's even worse going to that church when my coworker isn't there. And then there's my friend Jay, the girl I mentioned before. There's her church, but it's kind of the same deal as with my childhood church, and especially if she's not there. So I know y'all saying I need to stop worrying about babies so much and start going to church, stop worrying about babies. I know, but it's not just the babies, it's the boyfriends and husbands and the full families. I was praying for the Lord to cut down this desire, and he's been doing it in the beginning, but it's starting to grow back again. So I need to kind of re-pray for the violence to be cutting down more, so I can do the things I need to do in life. So yeah, so I haven't been motivated to do anything. I don't want this video to be too long. If y'all have any questions, comment below. If you can relate to not being motivated to do anything, give the video a thumbs up. And subscribe if you haven't. That's all I'm gonna say.